Most people believe the fastest way to feel financially secure is to earn more money, but what quietly happens after every raise is something psychologists call lifestyle inflation, the natural tendency to upgrade life the moment income increases. And it doesn't feel reckless or irresponsible, it feels earned, logical, even healthy. Because when your paycheck grows, your standards slowly grow with it. The old apartment feels too small, the older phone feels outdated, the basic car feels temporary, meals become slightly nicer, subscriptions stack up, convenience becomes normal, and none of it feels like a financial mistake. Yet over time, the extra income that was supposed to create freedom disappears into a more expensive version of the same life, leaving savings almost unchanged, stress still present, and the future no closer than before. Because lifestyle inflation doesn't arrive as a big decision, it arrives as dozens of small upgrades that feel harmless on their own, but permanent together. What makes this so powerful is that humans quickly adapt to comfort. What once felt like a luxury soon feels like the new baseline, so the brain stops registering the improvement as happiness and starts treating it as normal, which means every raise doesn't increase long-term satisfaction, it just resets expectations higher, creating a loop where more income leads to more spending, which leads to needing more income again. And from the outside, it looks like progress, but financially, it's often just running in place with nicer surroundings. There's also a social side to this behavior, because income increases usually come with new environments, new coworkers, new neighborhoods, new circles where higher spending feels standard, not excessive. So people unconsciously match the lifestyle around them, upgrading not out of greed, but out of belonging. And this makes lifestyle inflation feel invisible, because no single purchase screams bad financial choice. It simply feels like keeping up with the stage of life you've reached. This is why many people can double their income over a decade and still feel financially tight, not because they failed, but because their expenses quietly rose alongside every raise, absorbing the extra money before it ever had a chance to compound. And this is the opposite of how long-term wealth is actually built, where progress comes not from constantly upgrading life, but from allowing the gap between income and spending to widen slowly and consistently. If you look at how quiet wealth is created, it often involves resisting the automatic urge to upgrade everything immediately, not through extreme frugality, but through intentional patience, choosing to let raises first strengthen savings, investments, and security before lifestyle catches up, a mindset famously associated with people like Warren Buffett, who maintained remarkably modest personal habits even as his income skyrocketed, not because comfort is bad, but because clarity about long-term goals mattered more than short-term upgrades. The real danger of lifestyle inflation isn't spending more, it's spending more automatically, without noticing the trade-off between present comfort and future freedom, because every recurring upgrade quietly reduces the amount of money that could have been compounding in the background, working for you year after year. And when this happens over decades, the difference becomes massive, even though the individual decisions felt small and reasonable at the time. What separates people who slowly build wealth from those who always feel financially stretched isn't income level, it's behavior during income increases. One group lets life expand immediately, the other lets stability expand first. And over time, that invisible gap becomes the foundation of financial peace. The calm takeaway is simple but powerful. Raises don't automatically make you wealthier, they only create the opportunity to become wealthier. And whether that opportunity turns into long-term security or a more expensive routine depends on whether lifestyle inflation quietly consumes it first, or whether clarity allows some of that growth to compound quietly in the background.